For this class, we'll need a couple of blocks. Some sort of like books or something can also work instead. A strap or a belt, even like a towel or like a sweater or something or a scarf would work. And then either a folded up blanket or a cushion of some sort will be the most useful thing. Seated position, I'd recommend like a cushion, something to prop up the hips. You can also sit on a block or a folded up blanket. Basically just having the hips above the knees is ideal. Relaxing the hands on the knees. Aligning the head above the neck, above the shoulders, just stacking on the spine. Gently closing the eyes or lowering the gaze forward. Begin to tune into the body. Check in with how the body is feeling today. Notice any sounds in your space, the smells in the air you see behind the eyes, feeling under the skin, any taste in the mouth. Observe the five senses. Begin to slowly withdraw from the senses, imagining each one having a dial and turning the dial slightly, turning each one down. Imagine observing the body from the outside, looking in. Focus on the breath. The natural mantra of the breath, so hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. I am that I am. So, during the inhale, I am you. Hum. During the exhale, you are me. So, I am the divine. Hum. The divinity is within me. Together we'll chant the primordial sound of the beginning of the universe. Begins with A, from the base of the spine to the spiritual heart. U, from the spiritual heart to the third eye. M, made with the lips sealed, the longest part of the from the third eye to the crown of the head and beyond. Imagine 1,000-petal white lotus blooming. The most important part of the is the silence after the Inhale to prepare. The intention of today is to find the center within, and to connect to the center, the midline within us. Through this connection with the center, we can actually rise above pleasure, pain, and suffering. So by detaching from both pleasure and pain, just a little bit more detachment from those, we can lower the suffering. So the mantra that we will chant today is the mantra to end pain and suffering. It's a prayer. Feel free to chant with me after the first one, or just chant in your head and listen to the vibrations. Close the eyes. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. The pranayama technique that we will do today is Surya Vedanta. Pranayama is a form of controlling the breath, controlling the prana, the life force. And Surya Vedanta means a warming breath, the piercing breath, Vedanta meaning piercing. So in this breath, we will hold Jnana Mudra in the left hand. The index finger and thumb come together in a circle, and the middle finger, ring finger, pinky in 3 together onto the left leg. And the right hand will be in Vishnu Mudra. So the index finger, middle finger, folded down towards the palm. We'll close the left nostril with the ring finger and the right nostril with the thumb. So in this breath technique, we're going to inhale into the right nostril for 4 counts, and then exhale through the left nostril for 4 counts. So inhale for 4, exhale for 4. And we're going to use the hand to open and close the nostrils. So prepare the hands in front of the face. Close the left nostril. Inhale through the right nostril for 1, 2, 3, 4. Close right. Inhale through, exhale through left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower the hands. Return to the natural breath. We will now begin the physical part of the practice. Remove the cushion or block underneath your seat. Coming into a side bend, left foot forward. Bring the right foot towards the hip. So internally rotating the right leg. If that's not accessible for you, that's no problem. Just bring the right foot in towards the groin. Inhale, bring the ribcage away from pelvis. Left arm to the side. Exhale, side bending over to the left. Belly goes in, lifting the pelvic floor. Inhale into side and back ribcage. Relax the neck, relax the ear. Exhale, slightly engaging abs in as you side bend, increasing the space between the ribcage and pelvis. A couple more breaths on your own. On the next inhale, extend the right arm over to the other side, lifting it about 12 inches above the floor. Begin to feel into a neck stretch on the front right side of the neck. Open the chest. Inhaling, bring ribcage away from pelvis. Exhale, release the jaw, release the neck. Go into a very slight jaw stretch. Moving the lips towards the left ear. Inhale into side and back ribcage. And exhale, jaw stretching, lips going towards the left side of the face, the left ear. On your next inhale, moving the right arm over, slowly coming up, head coming up last. Forward fold over the left leg. Inhale, straighten the spine. Make space between the front ribs and the front pelvis. Lean forward. Exhale, squeeze elbows in. Pull chest forward. Pelvic floor draws lightly upwards. Inhale, creasing the space between the whole rib cage and the pelvis. Exhale, squeeze elbows in. Push chest forward. Forward folding, beginning to work into that hamstring. Couple more breaths on your own. Inhale to lift back up. Twist. Inhale, bring the left knee in towards chest. Lengthen the spine, bringing the ribcage away from pelvis. Exhale, create even more space within the vertebra along the spine and begin to twist over to the left. Taking the right arm around the left knee, aligning chin with chest. Inhale massively into side and back ribs. Exhale, revolving the spine, revolving even further towards the left. Couple more breaths on your own. Inhale, release the twist. Release the legs. Right leg comes forward and just gently shake that leg out. And we'll side bend now over to the other side. So bending the left knee. And if you can, bringing that left foot to the glute. We'll do a side bend now over to the right. Inhaling massively into side and back ribs. Exhale, bend the right elbow and side bend over to the right. Really extending the toes towards the ceiling, engaging the balls of the feet and the heel of the right foot. Inhale into side and back rib cage. Exhale, side bending over to the right, relaxing the neck, revolving chest up. Couple more breaths. On your next inhale, lowering the left arm down, bringing it under the level of the shoulder. Exhaling, stretching into the neck, making sure the hand is about 12 inches from the floor. Inhale into the left side of the neck. Exhale, release the tension in the left side. Breathe into your center. Couple more breaths. Now jaw stretching, the mouth over towards the right side of the ear, so the right ear. Inhaling into side and back ribs, and exhaling, stretching. And gently coming back up, head comes up last. Bending the left knee. Inhale into side and back ribs. Exhale, gently twist over the right side, lengthening spine even further, keeping chin in line with chest. Inhale, bringing the rib cage away from the pelvis. Exhale, sitting bones ground into the floor, twisting over to the right. Inhaling, making space between the lower rib and the sacrum. Exhale, grounding down through sitting bones, lightly engaging pelvic floor, twisting. Inhale to recover. Release the legs and come into a bridge pose. So lying down on your back and roll onto the back. So coming into a twisted bridge. So hands on the outside of the mat. Inhale massively into side and back rib cage. Engage all four corners of the feet. Press the feet into the floor. Activate the glutes. Exhale, lift hips up. Lengthen the tailbone towards pubic bone towards ceiling. Really engaging the shoulders into the floor in your bridge. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lift the right leg and place it over the left leg. Bring the left heel slightly more in towards the midline. Now breathing into your center, breathing into the midline, inhaling, creating space between the rib cage and the entire pelvis. Pressing the foot into the floor. Exhale, engage glutes, lift hips upwards, extend tailbone towards pubic bone. Engaging those glutes as you go into your bridge. Inhaling, stay in your bridge. Creating space between the lower back and the sacrum, right in here. Breathing into your center, breathing into your midline. Exhale, engaging glutes further. Pelvic floor draws slightly upwards, pubic bone up. Couple more breaths on your own. Relax the neck, relax the jaw. On your next exhale, lower the upper back, middle back, and lower back slowly onto the floor. Release the top leg. Ground the right foot into the floor. Inhale, lift the left foot up, cross it over the right. And exhale, lift hips upwards, tailbone lengthens towards pubic bone, pelvic floor draws slightly upwards. Driving the shoulders into the floor. Inhale into side and back ribs. Breathe into your midline. Exhale, push all four corners of your foot into the floor, engaging the glutes. Tailbone lengthens, pubic bone up. Couple more breaths on your own. Relax the jaw, relax the neck. On your next exhale, slowly lower the upper back, middle back, and lower back onto the floor. And release the top leg. Twisted abs. Inhale, lift the right leg over the left. Exhale, bring the feet in line with the knees. Interlace the fingers behind the head. Gently lift head and shoulders slightly above the floor. Double bind the legs if that is possible. If not, it's okay. Inhale massively into side and back ribs. Press the sacrum into the ground. Squeeze the legs together. Exhale, lift elbows up towards the sky. Press the sacrum into the ground, curl tailbone up. Squeeze legs, pull belly in. Inhale, lower leg slightly, lower head and shoulders slightly. Exhale, press the sacrum into the floor, curl tailbone up, squeeze legs together, pull belly in. Inhale massively and lower. Press the sacrum into the floor, curl tailbone up, lift head and shoulders slightly up, lift towards knees, upwards as well as slightly towards knees. Press sacrum into the ground, curl tailbone up, belly goes in. Lower feet, lower head and shoulders slightly. Last one. Inhale massively into side ribs. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up. Press sacrum into the floor. Curl tailbone up. Squeeze the legs together. Belly in. Inhale, recover. Lower the head and chest. Lower the feet. Switch sides. Inhale. Exhale, lift the left leg over the right. Double bind if you can, aligning the knees over the hips and the feet in line with the knees. Interlace the hands behind the head. Inhale massively into side and back ribs. Press lower back into the floor. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift elbows and shoulders up. Squeeze legs together. Press the sacrum into the ground. Curl tailbone up. Belly goes in. Inhale, lower. Press the sacrum into the ground, curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift elbows, squeeze legs together, curl tailbone up. Belly goes in. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press lower back into the ground, curl tailbone up. Squeeze elbows up towards ceiling. Squeeze legs together, belly goes in. Inhale, lower. Head, hands, feet, and recover. And we're going to come into hero pose. So in hero pose, just sitting on the heels. So shoulder shrugs. I'll show you from the back. Be a bit easier to understand. So inhale massively into your back and side ribs. Exhale, lift shoulder blades up towards the ears. Squeeze top part of shoulder blades and together and down the back as you exhale. Inhale massively into your upper back, middle back. Exhale, now squeeze middle part of shoulder blades together and down the back. Inhale again massively into upper back, middle back. Exhale, squeeze lower tips of shoulder blades together. Palms face up, squeeze elbows in. Shoulder blades go down the back. Inhale massively into the back. We'll do the first one more time. Exhale, lift shoulder blades up towards ears, squeeze top part of shoulder blades together and bring them down the back as you exhale. We'll do the second one again too. Inhale massively into the back. Exhale, squeeze middle part of shoulder blades together, bring shoulder blades down the back. Really rolling the shoulders down and back. Last one, last time. Inhale. Squeeze lower part of shoulder blades together. Hands face ceiling, palms face ceiling. Squeeze elbows in. Shoulder blades down the back. Unlock shoulder. Bring your right arm into a 90-degree angle. So this is a 90-degree angle. And spread the fingers wide. Elbows in front of shoulder. Inhale massively into the shoulder. Exhale, grab your bicep with your left hand, roll the shoulder back and down, and pull shoulder forward. So I'll show you from this side. Inhale massively into the shoulder. Exhale, roll shoulder back and down. And unlock shoulder, bring shoulder forward. Press the elbow against hand, hand against elbow, pressing like this, engaging under the armpit. One more time, inhale. Exhale, roll shoulder back and down. Bring the hand to the elbow. Press the elbow against hand, hand against elbow, engaging the muscles under the armpit. Leave the right hand up and come into a neck stretch, slowly bringing the left ear towards the left shoulder. Fingers spread wide open. Breathing into the right side of the neck. Inhaling. Exhaling, coming into another jaw stretch. Bringing the mouth towards the ear, the left ear. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, jaw stretch, mouth towards the left ear. Stretching into the whole side jaw. And release the arm. Gently bring the head back to center. And we'll do the other side. Left arm in front of you, hands, fingers spread wide. Inhale massively into the left shoulder. Exhale, grab bicep, bring that shoulder down and back, roll it back and bring it forward. Press the elbow against the hand, hand against elbow, press, exhale. Inhale again, massively into the shoulder. Exhale, roll shoulder back and down, bringing it forward. Pressing elbow against hand, hand against elbow, press. Engaging the muscles under the armpit. Last one, inhale, shoulder back and down, and then rolling it forward. Exhale, elbow against hand, hand against elbow, press. Release the right hand. Inhaling into the side and back ribs, opening that left hand. Exhale, bring the right ear towards right shoulder, opening into the side neck. Inhale into the side neck. Exhale, jaw stretch over to the right. One more breath. Gently coming back up, bringing the head up last, relaxing and releasing the left arm. Inhale, extend the left arm forward, fingertips facing the floor. Exhale, stretch the hand out, stretch all the fingers out. Inhale massively into your side and back ribs. And exhale, move pinky towards the body, extending and opening the palms. Inhale into side ribs. Exhale, bring ring finger in towards the body, opening into the hands. Inhale massively into the side ribs. Exhale, middle finger towards body, palm forward. Inhale. Exhale, index finger towards the body, palm forward. Last one is the thumb. Inhale. Exhale, press palm forward, thumb towards body. And release the left arm, extending the right arm as you inhale. Exhale, pinky finger in towards the body. Inhale into the ring finger. Exhale, extend and open the palm, push palm forward, ring finger towards body. Inhale, middle finger. Exhale, middle finger in towards body. Press palm forward. Inhale, index finger. Exhale, bring index finger in towards the midline. Inhale, massively into your thumb. Exhale, thumb towards the body, press palm forward. Open and stretch your hands. Release the hands of all the tension from using devices. Release the hands, shake the hands, side to side, up and down, front and back. Now come into turbo puppy. Now come into the hands and the knees. Lower the elbows down. Bring the elbows about arms, shoulder distance apart. So you can just measure by bringing the hands onto the biceps, measuring, knowing that that's where you plant your elbows. Hands together, knees down, and coming onto curled toes, gently lifting up, lifting knees about 1 centimeter above the ground. And lower. Inhale massively into the upper chest. Release the head, relax it, and lift up and lower. Last one. Lifting up, hovering over those knees. Really engaging the shoulders and lowering. Coming onto the all fours, so hands and knees, all fours. Now we'll extend the right leg back. So inhale massively into the right foot, curling toes under. And as you exhale, start to stretch into the calf, stretch into the hamstring. Inhale and side and back ribs, hug the front ribs in. Bringing the hands slightly under the shoulders and rock over that ankle and calf. A couple more breaths on your own. And release, foot in. Inhale. Hug the front ribs in. Exhale. Extend. Exhale. Extend the left foot back. Curl toes over. Space into the... Just opening to the hamstring. And release the legs. And slowly coming up, rolling over, and coming into a very, very gentle forward fold, so you can actually bring your blocks, your bricks or books with you into this forward fold. So underneath the shoulders, bring those bricks in and rolling slightly upwards now. Make sure to tilt the pelvis forward, so not this way, but tilting it forward. So it's not Michael Jackson, but it's more Beyonce, tilting it forward, lengthening the spine, and begin to forward fold, bending the knees a lot, as much as you need to. Hold on to those blocks. So holding onto those blocks. Start to slowly straighten the legs as much as you can. It doesn't have to be a lot. It's just to feel the back of the legs, the hamstrings, and just relax the head. You can bring the blocks as low as you need. I'm just going to spend a couple of breaths here, just releasing into our first forward fold. So inhale to bring the ribcage away from the front pelvis. And exhale, squeeze elbows in, push chest forward, forward folding. Inhaling, ribcage making space away from the pelvis. And exhale, folding forward. Slowly rise up, inhale. And make your way to the front of the mat for sun salutations. We'll start with traditional Surya Namaskar. Feet together or hips width apart, whichever one is more comfortable. Hands in prayer pose into the center of the chest. Arms forward and up. Inhale. Bend the knees, forward fold. Exhale. Right foot back. Right knee down. Look forward. Inhale. Plank pose. Lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the chin. Exhale. Slide the feet back. Lift up into your low cobra. Inhale. Lower. Push hips back. Chest down. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Right foot forward. Left knee back. Down. Inhale. Left foot meets right. Forward fold. Exhale. Arms forward and up. Inhale. Hands together. Exhale. Arms forward and up. Inhale. Hands down. Forward fold. Exhale. Left foot back. Left knee down. Look forward. Inhale. Plant the hands. Right foot meets left. Plank pose. Lower the knees. Lower the chest. Lower the chin. Low cobra. Inhale. Upward, downward facing dog, exhale. Left foot forward, right knee down, look forward, inhale. Hands down, right foot meets left, forward fold, exhale. Arms forward and up, inhale. Hands together, exhale. Surya Namaskar A. Equal standing pose. Hands by the side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Grab the blocks, halfway lift, inhale. Lower down, forward fold, exhale. Plant the hands, feet back. Modified chaturanga, so knees down, lower down, push up position. Inhale, low cobra or upward dog. Hips back, press down, downward facing dog, exhale. Bring the feet up, slowly walk forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Arms to the side and up, inhale. Hands down to the side, exhale. Surya Namaskar B. Arms to the side, equal standing pose. Arms up, chair pose, inhale. Hands down, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Use the blocks if you want to. Hands down, come back into plank pose. Modified or full chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Knees up, hips up. Press the hips back into down dog, exhale. Left heel down, Right leg forward, warrior one, arms up, inhale. Arms down, plank pose. Modified chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Spin down the right heel, left foot forward, arms up, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, arms down, plank pose. Modified chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Curl toes over, down dog, exhale. Step forward to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Arms to the sides and up, inhale. Arms down to the sides, exhale. Hands by the side. Arms to the side and up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Now in this forward fold, really feel into that forward fold. Start to straighten the back of the legs. Straighten those knees. But don't overdo it, just begin that. Bring the right foot back, right knee down. Low lunge with the arms down. Inhale into the right hip. And exhale, lifting the pelvic floor up, scissoring the legs, bringing the back shin forward and the front heel back. Hands down. A couple more breaths on your own. Now prepare your blocks for the next pose. Grab the blocks, put them underneath the hands, and gently as you inhale, lift up from your low lunge, tilting backwards. Grab those blocks and lift upwards and begin to forward fold into half monkey over that left leg. So we really want to keep the back as straight as possible. So without rounding the spine, but extending the spine. And you can keep the blocks to really help you in that alignment. Inhaling, exhaling, ribcage away from pelvis. And elbows in, forward folding. And release the pose. Coming now into plank pose. And downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg up. And then bending that right knee. Bringing that knee to the chest. Engaging the lower abs. And now stepping the right foot down, coming into your low lunge on the right side. Back knee towards the floor. Coming up onto the hands, inhaling into the left hip. Exhaling. Really opening into the hip flexor. Using the blocks for support. Couple more breaths on your own. Inhale, bring the ribcage away from pelvis. And exhale, releasing that hip. Curling the back toes over. Inhale, come onto the blocks. Tilt backwards now, straightening the front leg. Creating a little bit more space between the back knee and the front foot, if that's necessary. Lifting upwards, tilting the pelvis forward. Tilting the pelvis back, so pubic bone forward. And now begin to lengthen downwards. No, it's the opposite. I don't know how I messed that up. It's an anterior tilt, so tilting the pelvis forward. I was right the first time. And then coming down into the forward fold. Really feeling that in the hamstring. Inhale. Creating space between the lower back and the sacrum. Exhale. Coming forward and forward fold. A couple more breaths on your own. Hands down, plank pose. Modified chaturanga. upward facing dog. And coming into a downward facing dog. Now lower the elbows down into a dolphin pose. Inhale into the shoulders. Exhale. Sinking into the dolphin, finding that midline again. So breathing into your midline. Inhale. And exhale. Lifting the pelvic floor up. Hips point up. Really pointing those sitting bones upwards. Breathing into the midline. A couple more breaths. Releasing the neck and shoulders. Releasing the neck in between the shoulders. Engaging the shoulders. Your next inhale, lower the knees down. And I'll lift up into a down dog. Really beginning to sink the heels back and down from the down dog. Walk the feet up into a forward fold. So bringing the blocks if you need them. So straighten the forward fold, inhale. Really tilting that pelvis forward again. Forward, keyword forward. And exhale, lowering into the forward fold. Really lengthening and strengthening into this forward fold. Engaging under the armpit muscles. And see if you can balance on the left leg, left foot. Yeah, tilting the pelvis forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Balancing on the left foot. And even just bringing the knees in together towards each other, squeezing the knees in. Bringing the right heel towards the butt. Beginning to just balance a little bit on that left foot. So again, breathing into the midline. Ribcage away from pelvis. Exhale. Grounding down to come up and to rise above. So grounding down to help us bring that heel to the buttocks. All right, on your next inhale, coming back down, recovering this foot. And exhale, we'll do the other foot. So lifting left foot up, really grounding into the right foot. Bringing the heel towards the buttocks. Inhaling towards the midline. Pressing into the inner sides of the feet, the ball of the foot. Grounding down to come up. Opening to the hamstring, allowing gravity to help the hamstring open. Engaging the standing quad to protect that hamstring. Last breath. And on your next exhale, lowering that foot down. Hands down. Plant them. Come into plank. Modified or full chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right foot up, right knee towards chest. Lower the right foot down. Coming into a warrior one, inhaling. Arms up, warrior one. Really bringing the hips to face forward. Engaging the back leg. Back glute, back quad. Opening the back shin, bending the front knee. Inhaling, spreading the ribcage away from the pelvis. Exhaling, hug the front ribs into the ribcage. Hugging the front ribs down. Pelvic floor engages lightly. Inhale, ribcage away from hips. Exhale, pelvic floor lifts. One more breath on your own. Really opening into that back shin, back calf. Exhale, plant the hands down. Grab the blocks. Coming into a pyramid. Bringing the back foot in slightly narrower, more narrow position between the feet than before. And rise up on your inhale. Hands onto the hips, or you can put the hands in front of the left hip, so on the front left hip, kind of in this crease here. And we're going to begin our pyramid pose. So inhaling, creating space between the rib cage and the sacrum, and exhaling, keeping the knees straight. Sorry, the legs straight, so knees engaged. And folding forward into your pyramid. So just come onto the tallest part of your support. I mean, it could even be a chair or a couch in front of you or the wall. It doesn't have to be blocks. And try to move that femur bone of the front leg back into the hip socket. So we're really trying to flatten the hips back here. Engaging the front quad. Inhale. And exhale, folding forward. Maintaining strength under the armpits. A couple more breaths on your own. Great stretch for the hamstrings. All right, remove the blocks and bend the front knee. And bring the leg back into a downward facing dog or a turbo dog, depending on whatever modification you prefer. And coming into a plank. Lower the knees, modified chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot up, down dog split, or three-legged dog rather. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the knee in towards the chest, engaging the abs, engaging the core, gently lowering the left foot down, coming up into warrior one, inhaling. Hips face forward, so we're squaring the hips, making sure that we have a little bit of a wider stance. Inhaling, rib cage away from hips. Exhaling. Engaging the back glute, stretching open the back calf, breathing in, inhaling in towards the midline. Hugging the front ribs down, exhaling, drawing pelvic floor up. Your next exhale, grab the blocks, coming into the pyramid pose. Slightly more narrow stance, bring the back foot in a few inches, lifting up. Inhale, tilting the pelvis forward, so Beyonce style. Option to bring the hands onto the left upper thigh. Exhale, forward folding, opening into that left hamstring, engaging the left quad, pressing all four corners of the foot into the floor, the inner edges of the foot into the floor. Inhale, rib cage away from pelvis, back part of the rib cage away from sacrum. Exhale, engaging the front quad, engaging the ball and the inner edge of the front foot. Couple more breaths on your own. It's more important to really lengthen through the spine instead of collapsing and flexing into the spine. On your next inhale, removing the blocks, coming down into plank, lower the knees, modified chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And bringing the legs through, we're coming to a boat pose. So find your boat. Let's start with our knees bent, hands behind the knees. Coming into a boat pose, palms up towards ceiling, keeping the back straight, lengthening tailbone towards pubic bone. And start to extend one leg and then the other. Extending the right, and bending, extending the left and bending. And last part here, extend the right leg and bring it slightly closer towards you. And back to center, extend the left leg, point the toe, and bring it slightly closer towards you. And recover, slowly coming down, and recover. Inhale, exhale, release on the back for a moment. And after this Navasana, we are going to do a pose with the strap. So we're going to get into our back hamstring now and do our hamstring stretch pose, but now on our back. So everyone lie on your back. Inhale, bring the right foot in towards the buttocks here. Exhale, wrap the strap or the belts or anything, the towel around your left foot. Inhale to prepare, filling up the air in the whole of the lungs, ballooning the lungs. And exhale, start to bring the foot towards the chest. So it doesn't matter if it's here or if it's here even, it doesn't matter where it is. Just make sure to tilt that pelvis slightly forward and start to bring that foot in towards your chest. So we're all going to have our own ability or our own kind of how far we're going to go on this to feel the stretch in the back of the left leg. Just make sure to inhale into the rib cage away from the hips, making space in the front rib cage away from the hips. And exhale, bringing that foot in closer towards the chest. Couple more breaths on your own. Breathing into your center, into your midline. On your next inhale, lowering the top leg down to the floor. Straightening the right leg. Move the feet around, bending the left foot, left heel in towards sitting bone. Inhale, strap around right foot. Straighten the right leg. Tilt pelvis forward. Exhale. Bring the foot in towards chest. Coming to this forward fold, supported on the floor, on our backs. Inhale. Front rib cage away from pelvis. Exhale. Pulling leg further in towards chest. Just go where your limit is. It doesn't have to be super far. It's about feeling it in the right place, not about looking a certain way. Couple more breaths. Breathing into your center, finding your center and breathing into it. Where is that center? Rooting down to lift up. Surrendering into the forward fold. Inhale, releasing the leg down. And rolling over. Coming back onto hands and knees. Gently pedaling into a down dog or turbo dog. Slowly walking the feet up. Halfway lift, forward fold, hands down, bringing the feet back, plank pose, modified chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog or turbo dog. Bring the right foot forward, grab those blocks next to you. We're going to come into a warrior 3 on the blocks, so supported on the blocks. Blocks in the hands. Get into a low lunge type position and start to bring the weight of the body over into the center of the right foot. So inhale and hover over that foot, extending the left foot back, keeping the hips square, pulling the abdominal wall muscles in towards midline as you exhale, Come into your warrior three. So you can point the back foot and pressing down into the floor in order to come up. So inhaling, rib cage away from pelvis. Exhaling, abdominal wall in. A couple more breaths. Now lower the back foot down. And we're going to come into a standing split now. So hands onto the blocks. Lift the back leg up. And now bend the heel to the buttocks. Come into your standing split. So inhale, ribcage away from pelvis. Exhale, forward folding. Couple more breaths on your own. Coming into, rooting into the midline, into the center to come further into the pose. And release the back foot down to the floor into a low lunge. Bring the hands onto the floor. Modified chaturanga or chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Inhaling and back downward facing dog. Exhale. Pedal out the feet. And we'll go on to the other side. So warrior three on the other side. Left foot forward. Bring the blocks underneath the hands. Slightly in front of the left foot. Inhale. Begin to ground down through that left foot, almost like we're in our pyramid pose this time. We're going to be coming up into our warrior three. Rolling the shoulders, shoulder blades back and down the spine. Abdominal wall comes in as we exhale. Pointing the back foot. Inhale, ribcage away from pelvis. Shoulder blades down and back spine. Exhale, abdominal wall in. Pointing the back foot, engaging the back quad and back glute. And coming further, stretching more into the standing hamstring. One more breath on your own. And slowly lowering the back foot down. And coming now to your vinyasa, hands down, modified or regular chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, or turbo dog. And come onto a seat, so stepping forward, slowly coming onto your seat. I'm going to do staff pose. Straighten both legs, grab the strap, wrap the strap around the feet. If you can reach, you don't have to use a strap, of course. And crucially, if it's harder to keep the spine straight in this position, which it is a little bit for me, so I'm going to grab my cushion under my sitting bones just to get a little bit of support and extra length through the spine. So that will help lift and lengthen the spine. So strap around the feet, legs are straight. You can bend them slightly if you need to, if your hamstrings are needing that today, that's fine. And now inhaling, ribcage away from spine. Ribcage away from sacrum and spine actually. Really ballooning breath into the air, into the lungs. And exhale, elbows in, shoulders down the back, forward fold into your seated forward fold. You can grab the feet if you can reach, but if not, the strap is totally fine. Inhale, front ribs away from pelvis. Exhale, forward fold. Feeling this in the hamstrings, engaging the front quads. Couple more breaths. And release. Half happy baby pose. Bring the right foot in. So we're going to prepare for this by coming into a half happy baby. So see if you can bring the knee into the armpit area and lift the foot up. It's like this knee is into the armpit, kind of opening into this hip here. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, ribcage away from pelvis. Shoulder blades down the back. Exhale. Really lifting, breathing into the center line. And the next exhale, lowering that right foot down. Now come into half hero pose. So bringing the left foot in. So doing an internal rotation. So the left heel is towards the left butt cheek. And now extending the right foot completely straight. Now we did this towards the beginning of the class. We're going to do it again. This time, notice the difference. Since we've done a lot of opening of the hips, tilting the pelvis forward. Inhale, rib cage away from hips. Exhale, elbows in, pull chest forward. Engaging the quads, opening the hamstrings. Heron pose. So we're going to keep the left leg the same. Bend the right knee, inhale. Grab the strap. You're welcome to use the strap around the right foot. Grab the right foot with the hands, kind of like we did in Happy Baby. Inhale and exhale, begin to extend the right leg. So bringing that femur back into the hip socket and extending the right leg. Inhale, exhale, extend the right leg. Inhale, rib cage away from pelvis, extending through the spine, lengthening the spine. Exhale, extending the knee. Engaging the lower abs to bring the leg in towards you more. This is a really great pose. We're going to be really breathing into our midline, squeezing into our midline to rise up. You can keep the knee bent if that's easier, more accessible for you. You can even just do the pose here if that's better. All right, great. We'll switch to the other side. So we're moving the props. Come into vinyasa, hands down, modified chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lower the knees down, coming onto our seat. Propping the hips up. Coming into half Happy Baby. So bringing the left knee into the armpit, inhaling. Rib cage away from pelvis. And exhale, extending, lifting through the pelvic floor. Keeping the spine straight. Inhale. And exhale. Grounding down to sit up. Bring the femur back into the socket. And lowering the foot down. Coming into half Heron pose. Bringing the heel to the buttocks on the right leg. Making sure that the seat is supported. Another option is just putting a block under the seat. I'm going to try that this time. It might be a little bit more stable for me. Really engaging the right sitting bone in towards left. Inhale. Rib cage moves away from hips. Exhale. Begin to come into the Happy Baby pose. And if you want to, you can start to extend the left leg. Making sure that the shoulders are going down the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Extend the leg. Couple more breaths on your own. And again, you can use the strap to do the pose as well. You don't have to do it with your hands. You can do it with strap. It's a really great way actually to really get the shoulder blades down and back the spine. All right, and lower. And just sitting, breathing into side ribs, taking the hands onto the side of the rib cage. Inhale. Feel the rib cage expand. Exhale. Feel the abdominal wall muscles coming in. Again, expanding the breath into the back and the side ribs. Exhale. Abdominal wall muscles coming in towards the midline. Now coming forward into a couple of back bends. So we're going to go into a bridge position. Feet on the floor, heels in line with sitting bones. Inhale, driving the shoulders into the floor. Exhale, lift hips up. Tailbone towards pubic bone up. I'm really feeling engagement of the back. Engagement of the glutes, the whole posterior chain. Inhaling the ribcage away from sacrum. And then exhale, lower the upper back, middle back, and lower back onto the floor. And if you're interested, you're welcome to do a wheel pose as a counter to what we've just been doing. If not, you can do a supported bridge pose with a block underneath the sacrum, or a wheel pose where the hands are to the side of the head, elbows in, pressing up. So inhale, pressing the floor, coming up into back bend. Exhale, staying up. And then coming down slowly, gently onto the back. Bringing the left foot over the right, coming into a side twist. Gently lowering the package of legs over to the right side. Inhale. Exhale. Slide the rib cage and the hips away from each other, lengthening the spine. Inhale. Exhale. A couple more breaths on your own. And next inhale, coming up. Lifting right leg over left. Moving it over towards the left side. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to traction open the side of the body, the right side. Inhaling. Creating space between the right rib cage and the right hip. Exhaling, tractioning open the whole right side of the body. A couple more breaths on your own. Inhale, recover and come back up. Figure 4, either on your back or against the wall. Inhale, lifting the right leg up, right ankle crosses over right thigh. Exhale, interlace the hands through the hole, grabbing the front of the left leg. And bring knee in towards chest, opening into the side hip. Inhale, creating space between rib cage and pelvis. Exhale, bring the knee in towards chest. Couple more breaths on your own. Inhale to release. And exhale, left side. Left ankle on right thigh. Interlace the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, bring knee in towards chest. Inhale, rib cage away from the hips. Hug front ribs down. Exhale, abdominal wall muscles come in towards the center. Inhale into the center. Exhale. Last couple breaths. And we can add a little twist to this, so bringing the package of legs now over to one side and twisting over to the left side and switching sides, switching feet, and twisting over to the right side. Creating some space in the outer hip. And rolling onto your front. come into Baddha Konasana, so butterfly with the legs, and then we'll lay down with the back on a block. So coming onto your backs on a cushion or a block or even a blanket, some sort of support, and supporting the head. And then opening the knees out, coming into external rotation of the hips, something that we haven't done much of in this class. So inhaling, ribcage away from the hips. Exhaling, melting the front ribs down. Abdominal wall muscles come in. So the left hand on the belly and the right hand more towards the chest. We're going to inhale for 9 counts. We're going to exhale for 9. But we're going to have pauses in every 3 counts of the exhale. So follow my lead. So inhale for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Return to the natural breath. And either come into Shavasana or just stay in reclined Baddha Konasana. Whichever one you prefer to finish your practice with today. Relaxing the shoulders, the wrists, the hips, the ankles. Relax the abdomen, the thighs, calves, and the toes. Allow the hands to become heavy. Release the eyelids. Release the forehead. Relax the lips. And let go of the neck. Shavasana. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you want. In fact, the longer you stay, the better. But alternatively, roll to either side, the left or the right. Reconnect with breathing into the sides and the back of the rib cage. And press to gently lift the upper body up to a seated position, head coming up last. Sitting on sitting bones, coming to a seat whenever you're ready. Relaxing the hands on the thighs. Resting the eyes. Tune into how different the body might feel now as compared to when the class started. Breathe into your center. Breathe into your midline. Notice if you can feel the midline, your center, more or differently than earlier. That space is always there. That inner resource is always present, always available. Do one final Om together. Inhale to prepare. Thank you for allowing me to guide you today in this beautiful forward fold practice. Thank you.